and we're back online. That sucked. But let me just announce it real quick. Alright. There we go.
It was mathematical information. I have no idea.
Yeah, this is about where I died.
I've never even heard of anything.
Her voice seems muffled in the silence.
Yes, our lead designer. And maybe some of the producers too. And some of the writers.
That's very frustrating.
If they're sober enough to open a transmission. They need to hear. They need to hear about this. Don't worry, I won't send the recording. Although I doubt they have the speakers to produce the frequency anyway.
Yeah, what happens now?
Stay here. I'm going to stay here with these lunatics. Send letters, maybe meet Sulis.
Hell yeah.
Also devise further measurements.
We're friends now.
I want you to know that's totally chill with us.
I don't care, but thank you anyway.
That's the best she can manage for Andre.
Aw.
It's quite a lot in truth. For her, at least.
Everything worked out and we're all in love in the end.
Now, I have a theory to come up with. Some kind of preliminary explanation to all this. Or the letter will sound like I've lost my mind.
Yes, and we have to get back to stabilizing Martinez. Instead of demolishing it with loud bass noise of unknown origins.
Some tiny hard thing lets go in your stomach. You're still alive. You have an explanation for all this. Somewhere deep in you. You just don't have the pieces yet. You don't know enough about the world. But that Joyce, if you knew all she knows,
Joyce
could put it together.
Ooh, -10, yeah. Godly logic. Fuck. Alright, well, we're going and talking to her. Hey, Egghead, did we get your fucking sound?
Good morning, comrade! Yeah!
That was a crazy sound. Is that gonna be your beat?
Yeah! It was awesome! And scary! Very hardcore!
Too hardcore, apparently, even for Egghead, the most hardcore man.
Too hardcore, in fact! I couldn't control it! At all!
What happened?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left! Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme!
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it pulse.
Binaural beats to fucking kill you. What if this is the answer to Von Eyck's jam? We could use the sound for the bass.
But how?
What do we have around here to achieve some sort of parallel processing?
Godly interfacing. We gotta have something.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Harder, core!
Connect the dots. But I doubt this will
The
do
mother
anything.
of humanism stands above you.
No, not that.
Yes, what is it?
Fuck. Alright, Pale and Nun.
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't. Great.
Okay. Let me talk to the others, see if they have anything to say.
Yeah,
Hey, buddy.
it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine 1,000 people in here? 10,000! Ecstatic vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too. Now the only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honours, detective?
What do you propose as a
The
name?
name! Everything I managed to come up with sounds just wrong.
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes, you should do it,
Oh,
detective.
fuck me.
It would be good for the signs.
Noid's right. You've helped us so much. It's the right thing to do.
What does Estelle think?
How about something simple? Like the club?
No, that's boring.
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real.
Yeah, we're too
real
hardcore.
and true and beautiful. Like a morning after the rave.
Yeah, Egghead, what do you think?
Yakokata! Yakokata! The place to be!
Yeko Qatar, the zone of ecological catastrophe. That's too morbid, Egg. Got
Yeah.
anything else?
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega!
No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, it has to be even bigger than hardcore to the mega. It has to be bigger than the scene.
What do you think, Noid?
The amnesia.
No.
Like the... I can't remember the name of the club, Amnesia.
Amnesia!
It's not amnesia, guys.
No, we need to be memorable. What do you think, Suna?
I don't.
Good. We have too many opinions anyway.
Alright, Kim, what do you think?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't build a club, and I wouldn't name it either.
Damn it,
An
Kim, you're so
underground place
boring.
with no name? Sounds like something the Crabman would say.
Hi, Staryin, how are you?
We're not going with anything the Crabman would say.
How are you this evening?
Why not? The Crabman has ideas.
Yeah, let's
himself.
talk to the crab man.
Ideas.
I don't care. I don't like the Crabman, and I don't like his ideas.
The fuck is your problem
His
with the
ideas are
crab man?
spooky. Next, please.
He's letting you stay in the place that he's squatting at. Good. That's wonderful to hear. We're just, helping, set up this club in an abandoned church. Ooh, you started playing Resident Evil 5 on stream with a friend? Awesome. Yeah, Resident Evil 5, that's a good one to do co-op. I played a bit of it. I never finished it, though. Very fun. Which character are you? Are you Chris or that other lady whose name I don't remember yet, right now? Alright. I think I've come up with a name.
You have? Well, what's the name?
Yes, Cheval. Y'all, she's, Shiva. Y'all, I like her a lot. Oh, she's a lefty? Oh, I didn't know you were a lefty. Yes, my favorite character, Shovel. Yeah, no. She's great. I wish they put her back in something, because, like, I don't know, a part of me feels like they put her in there because the optics on Resident Evil 5 when they first showed it off, like, weren't good. Which is understandable, because it was, like, a bunch of, like, American military personnel going to Africa. The initial trailer did not get good reception because of the optics. And it feels like they kind of just put her in that game to, like, make it not as bad, and also didn't make all of the NPCs. Yeah, I think they would be very brave to remake Resident Evil 5 and leave it exactly as it is. Because there's some stuff in Resident Evil 5 that did not age the best. I think if they do remake it, which I think they honestly should, there's definitely going to be some stuff that I think they're going to mess around with. It gets real bad in certain portions of the game. But yeah, overall, I mean, I really enjoyed RE5, what I played of it. Unfortunately, I got stopped by games for Windows Live, which I hate. I hate that old Capcom games require you to fuck around with games for Windows Live. It's the worst. But yeah, I think we should call this club Disco Elysium.
Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium.
You got run over by the bus on the bridge, oh my god, twice. That's crazy.
But Disco Elysium? Isn't it wacky? Disco's kind of gone, isn't it? Forgotten.
The past is the future, but the future is dead!
Hell yeah, Egghead, you get me.
No, it's beautiful. Beautiful and brave. Like we want it to be.
Oh, okay. Well, I will see you around then, Starry, and have a good night. Oh, love you too, Starry, and wah wah wah.
And short. And memorable.
Yeah, Disco Elysium is a great name.
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Disco Elysium.
Yay, it's like the name.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance-like motion to celebrate the name. Someone turns up the beat. You should go with the flow. Join in on the experience.
Start tapping your foot.
It feels good. It feels right. But what is this? What is this thing that Andre is doing with his limbs?
What are you doing, Andre?
I'm dancing.
That soft core gyrating is supposed to be dancing?
We should talk about it. We should talk about your so-called
Yes,
dancing.
my man.
He jumps up and down with glee, his moves punctuated by the stroboscopic flash of the club lights.
Talk? What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with moves? Audio waves
yes.
thump against your
Let's
rib
do it.
cage. The speaker setup makes everything sound much better, but the beat is still so weak. What if you rerouted the terrifying audio assault that the lead programmer's microphone setup picks up through this compressor?
I've been meaning to ask you, what's with the hair? Talk to me, Naruto.
It's to express my individuality.
Is that a
He's
bald
got
spot?
notions about himself.
It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
Is it because you're bald?
Or because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my hair together before it leaves me.
Hell
I
yeah.
want to show my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20.
How old are you,
Not
though?
20.
Damn. Is it important for you to be an individual?
Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Fair
Maybe
enough,
it
man.
was a bad idea. Anyway,
Nah,
goodbye, officer.
it's all good. I like that it makes you look like Rick of Rick and Morty.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in. Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious
We're
of
we
authority.
synced.
You really came through for the hardcore underground.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is
Listen.
busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely. Estelle using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk. And in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
I did it for mankind. I'm saving the world.
Okay.
Noid, what do you think?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Their bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
How old do you think this church is? Over 300 years?
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand. Alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude. You see, perhaps something more fundamental.
He means something paranatural.
Hell yeah.
I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
Something more fundamental, like the sound anomaly.
Maybe they were unable to face the nature of the world.
Alright.
Perishing.
What style is this church
A
built
cop
in?
who's into building critique. Okay then.
Listen,
This is folk DeLoreanism. Lawmonger, huh? It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
I'm not just a cop, I'm an art cop. I'm a free market, capitalist, communist, hobo art cop.
Art of core.
Hard of core.
Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
Damn, Noid kind of smart though. What would a DeLorean building look
Like
like?
that woman there. Vertical, thin, white, a false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires, put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Married shit. Virtue and tyranny.
The church isn't painted white as far as I can tell.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside, before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Slowly, peeled by the wind, your skin crawls from the sensation as you look around.
What did you mean by dead bodies?
Dead bodies of perennial plants.
Oh.
Sigma functions
Sigma.
left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
Spiritual
I
collapse.
saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, Cop Man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them, and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
Okay, first, where is this book from?
Sarai-E's man, who lived a long time ago. An ancient, hardcore brother.
What you're saying is you're not a big fan of the Innocentic system.
A 3,000-year-old tyrannical regime of history. Built and maintained by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false core.
Like if the Catholic Church was
The
atheist.
way he says it, the force in false core is invested with 20 kilotons of disgust.
But you guys said the Ecclesiastes were all about love and hardcore before, remember?
I only said unity. One word. Figures of authority always misquote you.
Damn it.
Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes. He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast. You shouldn't listen to what people say. You should listen to what they are.
Yeah, I even agree about the Ecclesiastes being okay with
But
these.
were you wrong? The founding party is okay with everything. Look around. They don't have enough love for the human crew to oppose anything anymore. We're on our own. Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
I don't need to be an arc.
Your pleasure response was more like, just wondering if he has any.
Damn it. Shut up. How do you like the glasswork?
I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye.
I'm getting some real negative vibrations from her too. I kind of do. She seems like a figure that was used to manipulate the masses. But you wanted to get inside
I
the
didn't
church.
know it was in here. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
But it's shattered. Maybe it's ironic.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor.
Let's see. But she's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be a pretty big deal around here. She's the innocence of humanism.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
And many, many more tons of sugar.
She liked games. Her legacy the thing we're living isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know?
Aha, and would you say she was human?
I like this question, Cop Man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator.
Aha.
That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that.
Yeah, they hate, you know what? You know what they also hate? They hate me.
Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us.
That's surreal. But she's pretty.
She invented the beauty you're feeling. She and her glass cutters and iconographers. You set the standard, alright. Then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers.
Yeah, you're right. I like it hardcore.
In the true life of tomorrow, every woman will be an innocence. They will wear neon headbands and leggings, and they will glow in the dark.
Oh my living God, it's there. Suddenly you feel like you need to plummet into it. Look away. Say something.
Okay, yeah, but who isn't? Who among us is not accused of being a mass murderer these days?
No one says
By the
Arno
woke
van
mob.
Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He is not accused of mass murder.
What if I do it right now?
Likewise, no one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder.
I'm not gonna say
Just
that.
not her.
I'm gonna say that resettlement was okay. That's the one I'm not gonna pick. Okay, I do feel there's something terrifying about her.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
I'm gonna stare grimly into the distance.
The speed freak looks the same way. It is dark there in the back of the church. For a moment, the music echoes strangely.
Isn't she supposed to be an embodiment of the world spirit?
The world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit. This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm done. Alright, I'm done talking
What
about
a
her.
strange choice of words. Caustic. Overflowing with negativity.
I don't have another fucking choice.
That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
I don't know.
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about it, please.
How you suddenly?
Hard to say, Cop Man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced. I did get to talk to the crab man though.
Oh, I mean Tiago.
Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us.
You mean all his mother's love stuff isn't too spooky for you?
Have you been listening to what Egg's been saying? Love is hardcore, man. And the mother's love is the hardest core of all.
Isn't he talking about that lady that you just said that you hate with all your being?
The man picks up on stuff. And he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him. Dead body,
Oh, don't know.
spirit entered. I did anyway. Dude's seen some crazy shit. But he's at talking to him. I realise that sobriety can be pretty hardcore too. I gotta respect it. The man picks up on stuff. And he knows a good thing you didn't squash him.
Alright, what did Tiago tell you about the church?
Crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, The Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus.
Do you mean there are dead bodies here?
Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical.
Okay. What's it for?
Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the Crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs.
The anomaly.
Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church surrounding it to contain it.
Sounds like a job for the remote viewers division.
Doubt it. I don't even think the Ubies properly understood it. What it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for and trying to measure. It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't.
The wood creaks as a gale blows by. Outside, dust particles fall through the darkness, settling down on the age-bleached floorboards. The structure does not feel particularly durable.
What makes you think Suna's gonna fail?
Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance.
I found a doomed commercial area in Martinez proper. Maybe it's the same thing the Ubies were trying to contain.
Like a concentric ring spreading out. The struggling villages. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here.
You think there's any merit to the theory?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, Copman. Even I have limits. I'm a limited size person.
This building seems less than structurally sound.
No. It's pretty fucking unsound if you ask me. They should have built a club for anodic music around it instead. Anodic music will definitely contain whatever we're dealing with. And if it can't, well...
Well, if it's without substance, I guess there's nothing to worry about.
Maybe you can figure things out, Copman. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well.
What are you so suspicious about everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced.
Why are you called Noid anyways? Do you fuck up people's dominoes?
It's short for paranoid.
Oh. Oh. He's literally he's super paranoid. What good is being suspicious?
A reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion.
What are you suspicious of?
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
Damn, you do really well in current day America.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
Yeah, what are you the most suspicious of?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
Does this mean you are mentally ill? That's really mean to say.
Mental illness is a term the powers use to homogenise people.
Hell yeah.
I think I don't reach mental illness. I am merely politically ill. A suspicious element.
What a cool answer. Tell me more about this left-right business.
I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray, far from our true lives, but we may yet find a way back.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
What's this just about the production of pork and wheat?
It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves.
Aha, what's bad about cereal grain? Have enough food could be a precursor for greater things. What's bad about animals? Animals are cute.
Yes, having food is means to an end, but the left never talks about the end, only the means. Caps are likewise suckers, constantly sleepless in worry. It's our nothing. Animals are cool, guys.
They are cool
I
guys.
like animals too, but that doesn't mean I have to be one myself.
I have bad news for you about our biology.
It's our only shit.
And we fucking
Correct.
suck at it.
He can't help but doubt your sincerity in this matter. There is no other way. You are a police officer.
Look him straight in the eyes. Shit, piss, cunts, dicks. Word I'm not allowed to say on Twitch. Fuck the world.
The young man looks startled.
Well, that was stimulating.
His eyes flicker.
You mentioned true life. What would that be like?
Life is true if it's free from fear, an eternal division among oneself. And others, mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore.
Yeah, how would you go about returning to this true life?
Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods. Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. His eyes burning. His
What?
comrades look on worriedly.
What does hardcore mean to you?
Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well. Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore.
He does. He's living it.
Hardcore!
That was vague.
Maybe you're being too specific about it. Try consulting with your spinal cord.
Oh. He means shivers. That's literally what he means. So you're advocating for
Many
noise-based society.
non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them, and they had to rely on some extremely basic percussion.
Let's change the
Oh
subject.
yeah, sure thing.
Internalize the hardcore aesthetic. Don't just nod along, really feel it. What's with the
They're
clothes?
hardcore.
That's it?
They're just clothes.
Are they? They look outlandish.
It's just a style, you know, normal hard style.
Alright, there's so many godly checks here. I actually am gonna just... fuck it.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
42%.
Dedicated,
Let's go.
hyperactive, unified. You will have to add something of your own to understand this list of loosely formed qualities called hardcore. You need your own entry. Make it. Test your limits. Surpass them. Dance till you drop. Dance till you die, if you must.
Hard people, hard republic, hard cell, hard party, hard riot, hard government, core membership, core secretary, core teachings, core fighters. I've got the money, I've got the place. You've got the figure, you've got the face. Let's get together. We're jumping all over the world. I'm going to truly wreck myself as a machine of modern party in a final showdown between flesh and spirit. I am the law. You know it means it feels unfair. There's a party everywhere. I don't seem to have anything to add to the core. I kind of like the second one. It's kind of fun. Jumping all over the world. Bit paranoid. Hardcore aesthetic. Fuck grammar. Not only have you internalized the hardcore aesthetic, you've also contributed to it. How hardcore could you possibly become? Will core people come around to you to correct your typos? It's hardcore, not hardcore there. Hardcore in a third instant. What's going on? Those aren't typos, man. That's how core hardness works. If you don't know hardcore from our happy hardcore, what the fuck are we even talking about?
Yes, what is it?
Interfacing would go down by -2 if I internalize
Good
that.
morning, comrade! Yeah! Harder core!
Okay, so that went down. You know what? We're doing it for content.
Sidechain the beat.
Double 6, fuck yes! Side change, what does that
Listen.
even mean?
You can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing, either the auxiliary signal or the main input from the tape. Make it alternate between the signals. The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow maintaining a loud sound without peaks that fill up all the headspace.
Okay, Egg, you need to start sidechaining it.
Sidechaining it, you said?
He turns down the music, his hands moving deftly across the mixer, setting up the necessary
Then
controls.
he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide, wider than they've ever gone on drugs. He starts jumping up and down with bliss in total silence, still listening to his headphones.
Hey, what did you do to Egghead, Cop Man? Did you break him?
Just wait and see.
Are you ready, pussy?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
Alright, give him a thumbs up. Let's do it. Yeah, this actually kind of fucks. I'm actually really into this.
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak dances on the stage, intensely waving his hand in the air.
This is beauty!
Fuck
This
yeah.
is life!
What in the world is going on? The way
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
Yeah, this is one for the anodic generation.
Introducing the ultimate sound!
We have tamed the sound, made it our own.
God damn it. This dance club idea might just work out.
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it! Pump it!
This is it. This is a new era. The fabric of the world has been irrevocably altered. Who will be the innocence of hardcore anodic dance music?
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. Goodbye, officer.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden
We're gonna
pulpit.
dance
At the sound
soon.
of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But like, underwater inside a tree. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead
What for?
for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
How's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does.
Yep.
Behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much. And the crab man, Hasn't shown himself, thank God.
Now, can you tell me about your associates?
Sure.
Hell
He
yeah.
helped us out. I can repay the favour. What do you want to know?
Tell me about Suna.
Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time. But earlier today she told me about Welkins. And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
Oh. Tiago.
Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
What for?
Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
What does he do up there?
Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do, yell up at the tower?
What about the
Who
others?
do you want to know about?
Tell me about Andre.
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at least.
She rubs her
He seems
sides,
alright.
but not from cold.
He liked
Shoulders
my
are
name
raised.
idea.
She must have taken a hit, or she's on an upswing.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organizer.
What has he organized?
Nothing. But then again,
Okay.
there's nothing to organise around here either. He really wants this church thing to work.
I mean, he organized this, even though I was the one who did pretty much everything to actually get it going
Must
here.
have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know?
I'll say this: relax, girl. We're police officers, but we're corrupt, rotten to the marrow. You can tell us about drugs and shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, drugs, shit, fuck. We don't care.
Yes. Anyway.
Could it be that he's balding?
Come to think of it, yes.
This is the first time you've heard her laugh.
He's in some kind of a self-destruction mode with that hair of his. Bleaching it like that. Probably wants to get rid of it altogether.
Is Andre your boyfriend?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Tell me about the others.
Who do you want to know about?
Tell me about the Noid.
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
What does he do?
What do you mean do? Like for a living?
No, I meant for breakfast, of course, for a living.
He's a carpenter, trained and all.
Oh,
He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. In a shop somewhere.
that's because Noid is violently hardcore. I have internalized it. I understand why he doesn't stoop to servitude, do you?
Wow, you really have talked to him. Indeed, Noid serves no master but the beat.
And you?
Sir, I abide by the law.
A strange feeling.
Uh-huh.
Every now and then, something feels off about the way she speaks. She doesn't change tone, but you feel as though there's more about her than she lets on.
God, it was like one of those times where I really wish I had the thing that makes it so that the game, like the lighting in the game, affects like my VTuber avatar, because I'd really love to have the light pulsating on me right now. What is this pilgrimage you're talking
It's
about?
just something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock. Or as much as possible.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I not told you I'm a raging alcoholic who recently drank himself into oblivion so deep he can't even remember what sounds like the biggest street in the city?
Kind of? I'm gonna say yes.
Well, I am.
Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
I might just do that if I make it there
Yeah.
alive.
I hope you do.
Alright, tell me about the
Who
others.
do you want to know about?
What's the deal with Egghead?
What do you mean?
What does he think he's doing when he yells all that stuff?
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
He told me as much, but what exactly is a party boy?
Melodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offense if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
I mean, I do like rock a lot more than I like dance music generally.
Pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
You're right, you don't have to tell me. Rock is backwards, I am the future man. I abandoned rock in the 30s, stupid rock spit. I'm the future, and future is disco.
Ah, okay. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
It is, it's very electric.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
Where's he from? How long has he been with you guys?
Actually, we don't know where he's from. Or who he is, really. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City. Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning. All night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines... There were mines? Yeah. It was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City. Because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us. Or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine. People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two. You wish you'd been there.
Alright,
Who do you want to know about?
tell me about yourself.
Me? Again?
Yes, tell me about
I
yourself.
told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of something.
What does that mean?
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
What am I not seeing?
Alright. There is.
But I'm a police officer, you have to answer me.
Is there a law that would stop me from lying, though?
That would depend on the circumstances.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Sure.
Some of the questions. Reaction speed, legendary, catch the silver bird. Ooh. Where are my other shoes? Oh, these ones. There we go. Let's look at what I got on. Do I have anything on that's minus reaction speed? Nope.
Welcome back.
8%. Fuck it.
The silver bird has already
Damn
flown
it.
away. I will catch it later.
gonna go talk to Joyce about the pail, and then we'll see about getting that check here. And then I'm gonna try dancing. Joyce, I've learned a lot about myself.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Think of something close to you.
Glad to have been of assistance.
I'm sure that one's about the pail.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
It remains a mystery what you mean by...
Piss.
You're back.
Snake eyes.
Good. What can I... More lessons in basic reality?
6 kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revasol Citizens Militia.
Preciso Mundo.
Good, and what is this Revasol Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, Detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
You said de facto.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
I'm gonna throw out the foreign
There's nothing
interests.
basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the International Zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
We're gonna sit here.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
We're gonna sit here until I get that 3% check.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? More lessons in basic reality?
A strange coldness.
Actually, can I boost my conceptualization anymore? Nope. Okay.
You're
Well,
back. Good. What more lessons in basic reality?
A strange coldness. It's on the tip of your...
We might be here for a minute.
You're back. Good. What can... More lessons in basic reality?
Strain, it's on the tip of your tongue.
Glad to have been of assistance. You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
Strain.
Gotta get 2 6s.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A strange cold.
That was the worst one of all. Okay. Well, let's see. Alright, let's look at our clothes. Alright. Let's quick save again.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
17%.
My favorite part of the day. Go ahead. I'll...
A strange cold.
Considerably better than 3.
You're back. Good. What can I help? More lessons
16
in
times
basic
better.
reality?
Or, 6 times better.
My favorite part
to
of
be
the day.
precise.
Go ahead.
A strange cold.
You're back.
I need to
Good.
know about the
More
pale.
lessons in basic reality?
A strange cold.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A strange
God
coldness.
damn it.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A strange.
Come on.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A strange.
Come on,
You're
it's
back.
almost a 1 in 5
Good.
chance.
More lessons in basic reality?
A strange coldness come.
Oh my god.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A
More
strange
lessons in
coldness
basic
come.
reality.
You're back. Good. More lessons in
More lessons
basic
in
reality?
basic reality.
A strange.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality? My...
A strange.
You're back. I fear I've told you all I know. Is there anything else I can help? More lessons in basic reality?
A strange.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead.
Conceptualization is
Ask me
a-
anything.
So I need a... So I need... Conceptualization 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I need 10.
A strange.
Listen, statistically, this is possible
You're back.
that I would fail
Good.
this many times in a
More less...
row.
We're in Martinez.
No. It's statistically very possible that I could get this failure streak this long.
I fear I've told you all. Is there anything else I can help? More lessons in basic
Oh boy,
reality?
is it unlucky.
A strange.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A strange.
Come on.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A strange.
Oh, I just need that to be 2 5s.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A strange coldness comes over you.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
A
Sucks.
strange.
You're back. Good. What more lessons in basic reality? My favorite.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world
What
is
world?
this?
The camera of her mind glides over
Oh,
the
the
surface of the
pale.
water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough.
It must be. This is the greatest and the kindest arrangement the atoms had in them. A frisson lifts the hair on the back of your arm. Wind sweeps the surface of the bay.
The wind is sweeping the waters, the best of all possible worlds.
The world is a suzerainty of Revachol.
There is a term of endearment they coined for it in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included. Elysium.
Elysium. The world needs a term of endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
I don't feel like I've got the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Inside sideways, what shape is the world then?
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is
Oh,
beginning
no.
to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been
Is she
launching
gonna
weather
tell me about
balloons
the
into the
fucking
lower
flat
ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Revachol Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
A dark grey corona.
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences,
So that's
even
the pale.
arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
A cold fear seeps into you.
The pale, and what do you mean corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
Okay, and then everything will be okay? I'm gonna choose to be positive.
I don't know about things of that scale. My expertise lies in nations and trade routes, one or several layers below everything. But yes, we'll be fine. Don't worry.
I will be.
She does not seem
Thank you.
convinced that you'll be fine. If anything, she's realizing how deep your condition runs.
It certainly doesn't feel like I'm fine.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if you say it's disco, I don't care about disco, I only care about the commune. It doesn't sound like any kind of disco I'd like to go to. If you say it's
See?
disco...
Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both, silently. He adjusts his glasses.
You said pale. What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case to attend to.
Shut the fuck up, Kim.
Of course, Lieutenant. Let's try something else.
I don't want to. I want to know what the pale is.
I don't think your colleague would appreciate that. He has already been so patient with this whole exercise. Let's continue with something else, all right? You
could sneak back later when the lieutenant is not here, unless you can convince him to step aside.
Volition for... Ask Kim to step away while you discuss the pale. Kim +1.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else? More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me.
Okay.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Oh, that gives me +1 volition. I don't think anything else does, though.
You're back. Good. More lessons in basic reality?
92%.
My favorite.
Good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene.
Can I talk to the man alone for a second?
Fine.
See? What can he do?
No, what is the
You're a
pale?
grown man.
I am an adult man.
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes, what is the pale?
Okay. The pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
And what is the Isla?
Isla is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7.
I've been thinking it was like some combination between an island and a peninsula. Which was my best guess. I think that makes sense.
Mundi, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
And Insulinde is...
An oceanic isla. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla the coldest, Insulinde the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, what is the pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
The negation of being.
The negation of being.
That's right. The negation of being.
Is it here?
No, Detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
600 kilometers from the end of the world.
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called Porch Collapse.
You know, if this is all real, and I have no reason to believe it isn't, there is so much more supernatural about this game.
Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapor, marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
You hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly.
What are its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into Pale you travel, the steeper
that's a
the
word that
degree
I've
of
not heard in a
suspension.
while.
Right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
If we're surrounded by Pale, how do you get from Isla to Isla?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbor. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged.
Pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow
Extreme sensory
consists
deprivation.
of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter.
Sensory deprivation, like sound. I think that's like a little spot made up of Pale.
They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
The swallow is the Pale.
Who says and who argues?
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue. It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger.
No nameless detective of the Citizens Militia.
I have a name
am
now.
a member of the Entreprenetic Business Class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
Do lorry drivers pass the Pale?
Yes. Carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
You should ask the Pale driver about this. See what she says. That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you overradiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
An acidic smile on her lips. It's getting worse every year.
What is entreprenetic?
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of Grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not traveled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E Solar. It was not merely in the west.
This
it
is
was
so
everywhere,
massive.
even then, surrounding them.
Did they cross it the Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has entroponetics changed then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft.
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely, then they don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
How much Pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how?
What do you think, Detective?
It's shrinking. There is more and more of the world. It's growing. There is more and more of the Pale. I think there's more Pale.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
That can't be. Where would we go?
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild Pale
One
yonder.
and all. They say Pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Let's return to reality,
Yes,
please.
sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I sometimes get sometimes sense vague shadows of a past, and it's not good.
Then tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
You were right. It's disco.
Mm-hmm.
Your ailing constitution, sweaty forehead, the beads there, and your heavy breathing.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
This investigation will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by. I promise.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent.
As am
In the
I.
meanwhile, you have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
Good. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work now?
No, that was fucking insane, Kim. I'm losing it.
Yes, well, the rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years, so...
You will have to deal with it, too, the lieutenant thinks. This is why I didn't want you to know.
Alright, let's
Good
get to
luck,
work then,
detectives.
Lieutenant. Well... I suppose we go back to the church then. That was a very sobering taste of the type of fucked up nightmare world we live in. I guess the Pale is real. I thought it was bullshit. Alright.
Yes, what is it?
Alright. Let me put on my logic clothes. My logic clothes
Yes,
look
what is
stupid.
it?
72% high.
All you hear is silence.
Okay, fuck that.
Yes, what is it?
You don't have to. You already have. A long time ago.
So no, it is the point of... It is the origin point of the Pale.
These thoughts formed in you somewhere, in a long-forgotten discussion, behind drinking coffee and smoking, with a friend and a woman. She was there too. Her hair smelled of shampoo and she was smoking.
Suna, it is the origin point of the
What?
Pale. The Swallow, it's how it starts. It's baby Pale.
But Pale isn't here. We're thousands of kilometers from the edge.
That comforts her.
No, we're 20 meters from the very edge. The Pale is only an effect, a transition between the world and that.
Then, what is that?
It's nothing. No, it's less than nothing.
It's less than nothing. The final rest state for reality. Imagine if all this never was.
Then the Pale is...
Simply simply a gradient.
But the gradient, it clearly hasn't started yet. We're here, and the Pale is not.
One day, when it's larger, it will be.
I understand. A theory of the Pale where instead of an outer ocean, it metastasizes. Like a cancer or a mold. Erupting in points inside the world.
This is one of those places.
According to this, how long...
Until it starts swallowing. It's already started. Starting with sound.
And information. Causing data losses in the East Insulindian front. Have you considered why it's formed in a church? And
Am I gonna
also
save the
when or
world?
how it might start growing, or if it has other effects in addition to sound and data?
I also have a question, since we are piling them on. How do you know this? I'm not doubting you. I'm simply curious as to how a detective of the RCM...
It didn't form in a church, the church formed around it. All the failed businesses in the Doom commercial area, all the failures in Martinez. I think I've had this thought before. That's how I know. One day the world will be like that. That 2mm hole. The church formed around it.
A pine wood sarcophagus, or a containment facility of some kind, built by the first settlers.
Yes, acting on instinctual level, or religious practices we've forgotten.
I have considered the same. The bad news is, there were 7 pinewood churches built in the first decade of provincial settlement. Most of them were burnt down during the revolution, or repurposed before, during the suzerain. I'm not saying all of them have one in them, but...
Some of them might. A black
Trash of
grain
humanity.
hanging in the air.
All the failed businesses in the Doom commercial area, all the failure in
You
Martinez.
think the presence of that puncture has somehow influenced the outcome of events here? Even say software development?
Yes, even the revolution was defeated here. I mean, a kind of intraplanetic history.
I told the producers we need to go and move to a normal office building with amenities. But no, the artists like the
There was a
milieu, the
supernatural
writers like the
explanation,
history.
and you told me
I
it was
told
fucking
them.
stupid. I should let people still working there and know about this. They might be affected.
You mean Plaisance and the Dice Maker? There was almost no one left when we packed up.
Yes, both of them deserve to know. But I sense was shitty to me, but you
Then
know
go
what?
tell them.
They deserve it. I think I've had this thought before.
An amateur anthropomedic police officer. I'd like to say I've heard stranger things, but I'm not sure. This is a hell of a guess, however. Well worded, I might add.
Yes, it is very interesting.
One
But
day
I
the-
wouldn't say you know. This is a guess.
One day all the world
One
will be
that's
like
going
that
to
2
have to be
millimeter hole.
proved by
She falls silent. The wind blows in through the hole in the stained glass window. Cold and moist.
I'm going to leave that out. But the rest? Some of this I can use to start to explain this to the rest of the team. Maybe I'll sound mad, but
Man, you will certainly sound mad.
one more thing. Maybe a club for anodic music isn't the worst thing you can erect around this particular point in space.
This club is the only thing keeping this place and the rest of reality together. Disco Elysium.
I wouldn't go so far as to...
Yeah! Once the light is on in the universe, it will never go out!
Thank you, Egghead. Let's leave it at that, shall we? We have an anthropomedic detection to perform in this district.
I do have one mystery that still needs solving. The radio goes to the Dune commercial area's electric doorbell.
The creepy woman! We were wondering about that when we worked there, but I had completely forgotten about it ever since. It must be anthroponetic crosstalk, the one you get in radios and long-distance calls. Now
Huh.
it makes sense, with the pail right on the doorstep.
I see.
Incredible. This would also explain why we get it on the police radio all the time.
Anthroponetic crosstalk?
It's quite common, actually. When the signal gets routed through pail, all kinds of irregularities take place. You may hear snippets of someone else's conversation, or the voice of your former lover, or an echo of an event that took place 100 years ago.
This is fucking crazy.
Pale is a shroud of memories, and it doesn't really distinguish to whom those memories belong to. You could hear anything,
Okay.
anytime.
Whoa. Alright. Well, I mean, I'm gonna put the rest of my stuff back on. And then we're gonna try and dance, and I suppose we'll have to do it, but God, I'm so... It's so good. Alright.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. Goodbye, officer.
Save your fares,
Oh,
or
hey,
else it will
man.
go.
It's good to see you. Goodbye. Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your...
Damn it. I don't even care where Safe's coming.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
No words, just dance.
You close your...
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body should form to bring this strange music into life. For now, such ferocity of motion is beyond you.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
We're doing this. Damn it. Damn, with 42%, I am getting really unlucky.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your
Hell yeah.
eyes and vacate your skull. leaving your brain to wonder, where did that little fluttering light go?
Total darkness. You sink down the darkest fathoms of your own personal deep, vertebrate by vertebrate, through the unformed skulls of your mind. Here it will begin.
Where did the church go?
Who fucking cares?
I hate waking life. I hate this world. I hate fear and everything. All I want is to dance. Please, God, just let me dance.
God? Where is your God?
Where did the music go?
Oh, don't worry. The music's still there. It's you who is gone.
No, really, why can't I hear anything?
This is a pivotal moment. Try not to piss yourself.
That's going to be difficult. Concentrate on hearing.
Nothing. Just the immaculate silence of your spinal fluid. Electrifying.
What about that unformed... What's that about unformed skulls?
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Hey, buddy.
Every vertebrae in your spine is an unformed skull ready to pop up and replace the old one. Like shark teeth. The one you're currently in has a little brain forming in it, waiting for its turn.
I regret talking to my spinal cord. This is fucked up.
To rule the world.
As it ought to be. Where is it?
In the spinal cord.
What do you want?
From what I can see, it's about to bust a move.
Let's bust a move.
Foolhardy. Do you even know what's happening on the surface? Maybe 1,000 years have passed. Or maybe you started spazzing out like 2 seconds ago.
Is it telling me I'm having a seizure?
With your eyes still closed, the first thing you feel, all the way back in the pivoting darkness of your own torso, is warmth. You have become a triumph of rhythmoplastics, somewhere in a smelly wooden church on the coast of Revachol. The wounds from the war you waged on your body are healing, twist by twist, turn by turn. You must have touched upon an entirely new way of moving the human body. Every motion is pumping your brain full of endorphins. Open your eyes to the pioneering glory of hard style. As you open your eyes, you should scream, hyper, hyper. It seems appropriate.
I'll do it. Hyper, hyper.
You have become a flawless interlocking mechanism.
I'm fucking...
A flesh and bone
Uh-oh.
approximation
God
of the throb
damn.
coming from the speaker setup of the one called
Holy shit.
Eggheads.
I'm fucking
entirely,
up.
rigidly imbecilic, without pity or fear.
Who cares if the world's gonna end?
Free from self-awareness. No deliberation. Only, and I mean only, execution.
Oh my god! No way!
This is really happening.
With his reel-to-reel mixer blasting the anthem of a future that will never come, the young man observes your moves for a second. He throws a screwdriver and a bunch of drill chucks into the corner and explodes into dance. What he lacks in sharpness, he more than makes up for in violent enthusiasm.
Kim, get in here.
What's going on here? Delinquent.
I said get in here and
The
dance.
lieutenant squeezes the bridge of his nose. The light reflects off his glasses, giving him the appearance of a surgeon in the middle of a tense procedure. He's having trouble adjusting to the new reality before him.
What's happening?
I'm not doing anything. The music made its mind up a long time ago. I'm just implementing. Oh, Kim, I think I'm turning into some kind of hyperstar.
Good for you. Rock on then.
I called you to dance. I refuse to go without letting him.
What's harder core than a little bit of?
Oh, no. Dance, monkey fucker.
Excuse me, what?
No. Stop immediately. Stop dancing and apologize.
We are not doing that.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close
No.
your eyes.
I refuse. I refuse to let that be the case.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close.
Total darkness. No. Or. No. Or. This is nothing.
To rule the world. Yes. It's all
From what I can
full. With your eyes still, you as you open your eye, you have become free
Oh my god! No!
with.
Ah!
He throws a screwdriver and a bunch of drill chucks into the corner, and
What's going on here? Didn't.
the lieutenant is having.
What's happening? Good for you. What?
Who's the one? in
Oh,
charge?
thank fuck.
You are.
On the dance floor now. Dance or face a disciplinary
Are
hearing.
you kidding me?
I assure you I am not. Now get your groove on, Lieutenant.
My what on?
I said get your goddamn groove on, boogie woogie motherfucker.
Sheesh, okay.
Okay, you psychopath. I see what you're doing there. It's jacked up footwork plus some. Is that Ubi folk dancing?
Nah, it's not Ubi folk. It's hardcore.
Yeah. Whatever.
You talk a big talk, Lieutenant. Let's see some moves.
Oh yeah? I did 15 years in the juvenile crime unit. I can do age inappropriate. Now,
Hold-
check this shit out.
Oh fuck, I'm fucking pogging right now.
The lieutenant begins to heel
Let's
kick
go.
the church floor with such intensity, it's reasonable to fear he'll kick a hole right through it, causing the floor to crack. And
What are you doing?
the young woman lifts her headphones up slightly and raises her chin, looking at you expectantly.
Asil? Aren't you going to dance?
No, recording.
The lead programmer throws the other young woman a knowing glance before turning her attention back to her own work.
Dance, Andre, it's the law.
The young man immediately bounces up and down, then assumes the same dance pattern, embellishing it with some sort of waving motion.
Is there any more I can do? I want to break the
The
limit.
dynamic motion of your flailing body is bordering on the extreme. You're going off the charts. You feel as if turning on the hyperdrive would be a point of no return. Feels almost melancholy. Are you sure you have the entire posse along for this?
Together, where are you?
Here we go again.
Hardcore fills the air. The sound above my head.
The what now? The sound above your what?
Above my hair, man.
Okay, this is too imbecilic. Excuse me.
Turn on the hyperdrive. Shipper's extremely high. Yeah.
On the coast of the Martinez Inlet,
Let's go.
in a small weather-beaten stave church built 380 years ago by settlers from the Occident, most likely to guard against an anomaly at its center, an officer of the RCM is contorting his body into idiotically rigid shapes as he invents the future of dance music. It's the hardest anyone has ever danced.
What is this strange feeling I keep having? This cold, even now.
I am La Revacholière. I am the city.
What do you mean you are the city?
I am a fragment of the world spirit, the genius Loki of Revachol. My heart is the wind corridor. The bottom of my hair is red. I have 100,000 luminous arms.
Oh my god.
Come morning, I carry industrial dust and let it settle on tree leaves. I shake the dust from those leaves and onto your coat. I've seen you. I've seen you. I've seen you with her. And I've seen you without her. I've seen you on the crescent of the hill.
How are you talking to me?
The modulations of my voice are noted down with thermometers and barometers. You feel me in your nostrils, on the little hairs on the back of your neck. I also reside in your lungs and vestigial organs. Everywhere there is space.
I couldn't be happier that I picked Shivers as my main stat. But who am I? Why are you talking to me?
You are an officer of the citizens' militia, Jaunt in Rebut. When you wear your coat, you wear my soul. You move through my streets freely, in motor carriages and on foot. You have access to the hidden places. You also circulate among those who are hidden. I need you. You can keep me on this earth. Be vigilant. I love you.
Thank you, Revachol. I'm glad you love me.
An officer of the RCM is lying on the floor of a small church with his eyes rolled back and his tongue lolling out. Several others are standing around him. He slowly comes to.
Had a good rest there?
I spoke to the city of Revachol. What a fucking concern you have for me.
Fuck yeah!
I bet you did. Those were some advanced moves, man.
That's all great, but we should really get going. We spent enough time doing aerobic exercise for today.
That was amazing.
You might be imagining it, but it feels like Egghead turned the volume down. Such is his respect.
Man! Now, man! Now imagine if we could do that, right? But with like 1,000 people.
End of human development. Mission complete.
Right, ecstatic.
Alright.
You're absolutely beat. Muscles relaxed and feet like noodles underneath.
Goodbye, officer.
Yeah, man. I'm good with removing this one. And we can insert the hardcore aesthetic.
Yes, what is it?
Well, this seems as good a place as any to leave it off. God, I fucking love this game. I'm so excited to get back to it later next week. This is my favorite. Working a raid. What an amazing stream. That was great. I fucking love Disco Elysium so much. But yeah, won't be able to get to anything until early next week. We're probably gonna be starting Halo 3 ODST with Jetty, and then there will be time for more Disco Elysium. We made a lot of progress today, though. I'm very glad. Super excited. I think next time we're gonna do the communist meeting again, and I'm gonna see if I can finally get those boots off. But yeah, anybody who's watching this back, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and good night. Wow.